Hello, and a huge welcome to all you fantastic apprentices at Kent Business College. Today, we're getting our hands dirty and building the absolute bedrock of any marketing campaign, the strategic foundation. So let's just jump right in, shall we?
So let me ask you something. How on earth did a humble vegan sausage roll from, of all places, Greg's, manage to basically break the internet, get everyone talking, and send their profits completely through the roof? I mean, it sounds a little bit like magic, doesn't it?
Well, it wasn't magic. It was a sales surge of almost 10%, and that is a massive number. It all came from the buzz around just one new product. The key thing here is that this incredible success was absolutely no accident.
The real secret? It was a clear, super clever, and really well-structured marketing plan. And today, we're going to break down exactly how you can build the foundations for a plan just like that one. You know, this is the stuff that turns good ideas into truly incredible results. Okay, here's our game plan. We'll start with that secret sausage roll, then we'll get into setting smart goals. After that, it's all about finding your true fans, knowing your rivals, and finally, taking a strategic X-ray with something called a SWOT analysis. Let's do this. All right, first up, the secret sausage roll. I want you to think of a marketing plan not as some boring old document, but more like an architect's blueprint for success. It's the guide that makes sure everything you build is strong, stable, and actually does what it's supposed to do. So here's the full 10-step blueprint for a killer marketing plan. Now don't worry, we are not going to tackle all 10 of these today. We're going to zero in on the first 5, the absolute non-negotiable foundation. You get these right, and trust me, everything else you build on top of it will be rock solid. Okay, let's lay our first foundational block, setting your mission with SMART goals. Because let's be real, you can't hit a target you can't even see, and you definitely can't hit a target you haven't bothered to set in the first place. So what in the world are SMART goals? Well, it's a super simple but really powerful way to make sure your objectives aren't just, vague wishes. They have to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This is what turns "I want to do better" into an actual concrete plan of attack. And look at this. This is exactly how Greg's did it. Their goal wasn't just sell more sausage rolls. No way. It was specific. Launch the new product. It was measurable. A 5% sales increase. Achievable? Totally. Relevant to growing their business? Oh, you bet. And it was time-bound. Q1 2019. See how crystal clear that is? And you can do this for your assignments easy. Just follow these 5 steps. Start with the big picture, the main goal. Then turn it into a specific target with a number. Do a quick reality check. Can you actually do this? Make sure it's relevant to the overall plan. And finally, slap a deadline on it. Boom, you've got yourself a SMART goal. So, you've set your goal. Awesome. But who are you actually trying to reach? That brings us to our next foundational block, finding your true fans. Because a brilliant plan is pretty pointless if you're just shouting it into an empty room. Marketing is all about people. You know, Greg's was so smart about this. They knew they weren't just talking to one group. They had their primary audience, their loyal everyday customers who might be curious but aren't necessarily vegan. Then they had a secondary audience, younger health-conscious folks, super active on social media, who were all over the whole veganuary trend. That's 2 different groups, right? And that means you need 2 slightly different messages. Okay, so you know your mission and you know your audience. Now it's time to do a little recon. You've got to scope out the competition. Who else is out there fighting for your audience's attention? This whole step is about finding your own unique space to really shine. A little snapshot like this is an amazing tool. It forces you to get really specific. I mean, look at Pret a Manger. Great vegan options, for sure, but they're pricey and they're not in every town. Then you've got your local artisan cafe. Amazing vibe, but they can't reach a lot of people. By mapping this all out, you start to see where the gaps are. You start to see where you can win. And all that analysis leads you right here to your unique selling proposition, or USP. This is the absolute heart of your strategy. It's your answer to the most important question any customer has, which is simply, so what? Why should I choose you? And Greg's USP was just a killer combination. They were first, they promised it would taste just like the original. The price was an insane £1, a total no-brainer to try. And crucially, you could get it basically anywhere. No other competitor could take all 4 of those boxes. Now that is a powerful USP. All right, our 5th and final foundational step for today is the SWOT analysis.
I kind of like to call this your strategic X-ray. It's a quick but super powerful way to get a full 360-degree view of your whole situation, the good, the bad, and everything in between. First up, your strengths. These are the internal things that you control. For Greg's, that was their beloved brand name, their massive number of shops, their killer social media team, and that unbeatable £1 price. These are the assets you've really got to leverage. Next, weaknesses. And hey, every plan has them. Being brutally honest here is so important. Greg's had like zero credibility in the vegan market. They knew the supply chain could be a problem, and their online delivery game wasn't very strong back then. Acknowledging these things just means you can plan for them. Okay, now we look outside for opportunities. And wow, were there opportunities for Greg's. The whole vegan trend was just exploding. Veganuary was the perfect launchpad. They saw the potential for a total media frenzy and this golden chance to pull in a whole new type of customer. And finally, threats. These are the external risks. For Greg's, there was a real risk of backlash, and they definitely got some. They knew competitors would copy them, and fast. And of course, there's always the wider economy to think about. A good plan sees these threats coming. So here's the most important part. These 5 steps, SMART goals, audience, competitors, USP, and SWOT, they're not just a random checklist. They are all deeply connected. Your SWOT analysis helps you find your USP. Your competitor research helps you define it. Your audience tells you how you should talk about it. It all works together to build one powerful, focused strategy. You now have the blueprint for a solid strategic foundation, and this is exactly the kind of thinking that's going to elevate your marketing plan assignment and give you fantastic evidence for your EPA. So the question I'll leave you with is this: what's the first crystal clear SMART goal you're going to set? Go on, go build something brilliant.